your actual square is going to be made up of 39 stitches, and so there'll be 19 on this side, 19 on that side, and 1 in the middle. I did a smaller version just so that I can illustrate what we're doing on a smaller scale with 10 stitches on this side and 9 on the other. All right, so basically you are going to knit until you get to 2 stitches before the center marker. All right, so we are 2 stitches before the center marker. We want to slip both of those stitches knitwise together. So you're putting your needle in from left to right through both of those stitches at one time and slipping them off your needle. And now they're just sitting over here on the right needle. You're going to remove your marker. Later, as you get better at this, you may not need the marker. That's up to you, but for a while you'll want to keep it there. You're going to knit the next stitch and then take those stitches that you had slipped together, put your needle through them both at the same time and pull them both over that stitch that you just knit. Now I'm going to take my marker. It had gotten a little tied up in my yarn there, and I'm going to put it right back. So now I have that central double decrease is always going to be on the right side of my marker. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. Let me move that marker so you can see it just a little bit better. All right, and then you're just going to knit to the end of that row now. All right, so now it just looks like a little point. All right, you're going to turn your work, and remember you will be working with finer yarn and many more stitches, but this is just so that you can see a better example. Now I want you to knit all the way back to the marker, slip your marker, and then there's where we did that last double decrease. You can tell it's a much thicker, you can see that purl bump is really thick because there's 3 lengths of yarn in it. This stitch, I always want you to purl. All right, and then you're going to knit to the end. All right, same thing, let's do it again. Knit until we are 2 stitches away from that marker. 1 more. All right, there we go. Now we are going to slip these knitwise together and just hold them over here on the right side on our right needle. Take that stitch marker off, knit the next stitch, take both of those stitches that we were just saving over on the right and pull them up and over the stitch we just knit. And so now we've decreased a stitch from either side, and we have a nice, neat ridge of knit stitches there in the middle. You can put your marker back on and then continue to the end. Later, as you get better recognizing where that decrease is, you won't need the marker. But for now, you'll just slip the marker and purl the next stitch. And you can see it there. It's that one with the very thick purl bump. Okay. And now you're going to go back to knitting the remainder of the stitches till you get to the end. We're just going to keep working like this. Here I am, ready to do my central double decrease again. I'm pausing 2 stitches away from my stitch marker, slipping these knitwise together, remove my marker, knit the next stitch, pass those stitches back over the stitch I just knit, and I'm going to put my marker back on. Ooh, look at that now. You can really see that starting to, it just looks like a little pinch, but eventually when it's off the needles, you'll see the square. I'm on my last decrease, well, second to last decrease. But now you can see how that square is forming up, and it's got that ridge down the middle of all the knit stitches. We're just gonna, oh, I lost my stitch marker a little while ago. I can see what I'm doing, so I don't necessarily need it. But it's a good idea you keep it to try to prevent your ridge would get all wonky if you made a mistake with your decreases. All right, on my very last one now. So my stitch marker should be sitting right there. I'll do just my slipping 2 together, knit 1, and pass them over, and then boom, I am done my very first square. So I just wanted to show you what it looked like with this thicker yarn so that it's maybe a little bit easier to see how to do that central double decrease. But you, of course, are going to be working with the Shawl wool or other gradient yarn to really give that color shifting effect to all of your miter squares. So it is going to take you a little bit longer. I'll show you how that works up here in a little bit. You'll see the same style, you'll see the square forming up the same way with the finer yarn. It just takes a little longer to get there. When you're starting out and it's all flat like this, you just can't imagine this is going to end up looking like a little square. But you can see the miter is pulling the fabric in the middle, and then eventually you can see right here, as you work along, you're going to end with just a little point right there, and that'll be your first square.